Have you ever seen someone you love break in a way you didn't know they could? The day I saw my husband cry for the first time, I always believed my husband Daniel was the strongest person I knew, not because he acted tough, but because he never seemed to fall apart. No matter what life threw at us, he always stood firm, steady, calm, reassuring. He was the kind of man who would wipe my tears with his thumb and whisper, "We'll be okay," even when I knew he was worried too. But the truth is, I never knew how much he was carrying. Not until that day. It started like any other Tuesday. I woke up, made breakfast, packed lunches, and watched him leave for work with the same tired smile he'd been wearing for weeks. Something in his eyes had been dimmer lately, but every time I asked, he would say, "I'm fine, don't worry," and I believed him. Or maybe I wanted to believe him. That afternoon my phone rang. It was his colleague, sounding nervous, too nervous for a simple work call. "Ma'am, can you come to the office? Daniel isn't feeling well." My heart skipped. "Is he hurt?" No, nothing physical. He needs you." I grabbed my keys and left the house so fast I forgot to lock the door. When I got to his office building, the receptionist pointed toward an empty conference room. "He's in there," she whispered. I walked in quietly, and that's when I saw it. My husband, sitting alone at the table, his head buried in his hands, his shoulders shaking. He didn't hear me come in. He was crying, not softly, not gently, but the way someone cries when they've been holding it in for far too long. My heart broke instantly. I had never seen Daniel cry. Not at his father's funeral, not during our hardest financial struggles, not even when life had pushed him to his limit. But there he was, trembling. "Daniel?" I whispered. He lifted his head slowly, and his eyes were red, so red it looked like he'd been fighting a battle inside his own mind. When he saw me, something inside him seemed to collapse. He stood up, walked toward me, and before I could say a word, he fell into my arms. "I'm so tired," he choked. "I've been trying so hard. I didn't want you to see me like this." I held him, my own tears falling. "Why didn't you tell me? I'm your wife. You don't have to hide your pain from me." He shook his head. "I didn't want you to think I was weak." Weak? My heart squeezed. This man had carried our family through storms, worked long hours, sacrificed his dreams, protected us, loved us, and he thought crying would make him look weak. I tightened my arms around him. "Daniel, you're human. You're allowed to break. You're allowed to fall apart. I'm here, always." He cried harder then, quiet, deep, painful tears that must have been trapped inside him for years. We sat on the floor of that conference room, holding each other, saying nothing, just breathing, just existing, just being two imperfect humans who loved each other enough to share the weight they'd both been hiding. When his breathing finally steadied, he whispered, "I thought I had to be strong for everyone, but I forgot I'm allowed to be held too." And in that moment, I realized something I'd never truly understood. Sometimes the strongest people aren't the ones who never cry. They're the ones who finally let someone see them when they do. That day didn't break my love for him. It deepened it. Because seeing my husband cry didn't show me his weakness. It showed me his heart.